Alright, you're right, Max. Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
You're right, man.
I just can't stop laughing at that song.
Let's have a look. Well, at least we cleared the pivots, that's good. Let's have a look. Right. Do you know what? Let's hide everything for now. And let's delete everything. Right. I still like this zone. If we can get that. I like that. Bullish order block. Okay. We've obviously that could give support. Like you can see, I've got like my alerts there. Right, I'd like them to be tested. Okay. Weekly. See, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we had any. Like, if you look at last week, we had expansion to the downside, so it wouldn't surprise me if we had an inside week. To be honest. Well, yeah. So yeah, with it that I want to go to. So fills. What we got? Pivots, right? I know we got the monthly. Thing with the monthly is weekly are all mitigated. Look at that, man. Let's have a look. What percentage is that? Right, that's just. I kind of. 0.5%. When I was originally recording data, I would have put that as. I would have marked that as tagged, with it being obviously a monthly pivot. Okay. S5, nice. Do we get a retest and run out these? Let's have a look. We've obviously previous week high is there. That's our previous week low. So go to the 4 hour. Let me just hide daily open for now, because we've got week open there anyway. So we've got a 4 hour fair value gap here. Obviously we've also we've filled all of the weekly pivots now. We had a little 4 hour FVG here which we've filled. This is the only one left. We've obviously if we're not going to reject here, I'd like to at least run that out. We'll see. What we like on the lower. Yeah, we ain't gonna fulfill ADR today. Hit like 50% scaling, so let's This is the level I posted this morning because we had this little not the nicest, but almost perfect off the EQ. So weekly pivots are tagged, that's good. So obviously we set the low on the weekend, so I'd like that cleared, but so look, where's previous week high? It's quite a wide expansion. Like normally the week that follows a move like this, if it doesn't continue, you'd get an inside week consolidation. So I wouldn't mind that. Come up here. I'll take out these. So we look at the lower time frame. What's happened at that level since we've hit it? Well, it's not so bad, man. Bang. Took it. But for me, I'd like to see us start breaking some of these lows. If obviously this is a rejection, but yeah, if we can start breaking below here, I'd like that. Obviously, daily pivot is tagged. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Where's my it's similar to yesterday. Where is it? Where was it? Not quite so. Not quite, is it? Nope. Disgusting. It's just not, is it? Obviously we get the higher high, but if we could reject here, I'd like that. Give the whole move back. Because yeah, there's no reason we can't come down. Obviously I'm monitoring on low. Well, I'm not trading for the rest of today. I want to see what tomorrow brings. London or New York. So that isn't the most bullish, is it, on the 5 minute? Displacement, come up, build the fair value gap into the little order block. If we can now start breaking lower, fill some imbalances. I'd like to see the reaction if we can get back down here. I still want a previous week premium. That is my target. Obviously it's not too far away. But the other week I sat there waiting for a previous week premium. It was such a similar situation, and just before it we had the weekly pivots and an order block, and it absolutely front run me. So I will be monitoring. If we can start breaking down, I'll look for shorts, because like I say, we do have the low set on a weekend, so I would like that cleared. I hate weekend lows, they're so shit. Yeah, if we can start breaking down, I'd potentially look for scalps. Shorts, target previous week low. but without any break structure. I want 15 really, because even on these moves we've been breaking like 5-minute lows and then just putting in a new high afterwards anyway, so I'd rather wait for a little bit more confirmation. But this isn't the most bullish, but then you get the same sort of thing here, and then we just pump anyway, so I'd rather wait for more. If, like I say, this low I had on the 1 hour. Oh, what a block. Yeah, ideally I'd like this. 23k, I know we had there's something else. What was it? Ethereum. Take the daily pivots off, they're not needed. I know this broke the weekly pivot way before. This is already at a previous week premium. Previous week low. What's that at? Jesus, 877. 878. I'd still like this down at 450. Let me just maximize the screen. Okay. Now that isn't tagged. Yeah, I wouldn't class that as tagged. So the pivot on the monthly pivot on Ethereum is still naked. Just coming down, aren't they? It was. Let me just get it back on. Just delete everything. I don't need everything. Delete you, or you, or you. Similar. This is the zone I'd like. We've obviously got the old high as well, 350, but anywhere around here. 400. That would come down here. Yeah, 400 I'd like. Do we get? I think we'd need to see like Bitcoin down at that 9 to 11k, 9 to 12k order block. Get that down there and we could get Ethereum down there. That'd be really nice. That'd be a point I'd potentially be interested in buying. I've still got that monthly pivot, which I don't like. I really don't like that. That's quite a way up. And the fact that like Bitcoin's virtually cleared it, there's it will get cleared at some point. What have we got down here? Yeah, this is the only zone I'm really interested in buying Ethereum. That'll do. Yeah, filled that order block. Perfectly filled it. And that was also, yeah, around about the 2018, 17, 18 all-time high. Was in this region. Full screen. Yeah, break this low and I potentially look for it with displacement. I potentially look for a short on retest, but until we break this low, I'm not interested. Like the trend's been up for the last couple of days, so I'd either like this to be a reversal point or push it into Wednesday and get a midweek reversal and then decide to come back down, like push up into a previous week premium, and then we can start to come back down. But for now we have a small rejection, like nothing major. We have like just wicked that level, haven't we? Obviously that with a potential scalp, I suppose, yeah. Display. We broke them lows. Retest the order block. I was in the doctors. I probably wouldn't have scalped it anyway. I was looking for, obviously, we're just coming back into the, see if that can hold us. I would like to, obviously, if the weekly pivots reject us, when we start breaking structure, I'll look for shorts, because there's no reason why this can't be like the high of the week. It's the weekly pivots. Yeah, that's what I mean, man. For like breaking like 5 minute NS, if you're scalping, it's not so bad, but obviously your win rates aren't going to be as high as if you're waiting for a higher turn time frame confirmation. On Forex, like I was running M5 M1 and that was fine. Obviously waiting for the sweep at like a key level. Yeah, that's not really a break, is it? It's more like just run out that low. Right, yeah, if we can start breaking down here and start leave some gaps for us, then I'd potentially look for a short on a retest. Great, come back up. What have we got? Yeah, I want to see that break. That's probably the only short I'd get involved with for now, purely because it's like 6:15 in the UK, so I'd rather wait until, because I'll be up trading London Open, so I'd rather see what Asia range gives us, and then I'll find an entry within London Open. And if there's nothing within London Open, I'll find one within New York tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just going to monitor, see if we can start breaking down. If we don't, if we start moving up, then yeah, we've got the rest of it. What's that? That's on the 1 hour, right? So I don't even like this anyway, this order block. It's not nice. But if it does the job and rejects us, the only reason I had it marked is because it was aligned with the traditional weekly pivot. Does it do its job? Maybe. We'll just see. If we start getting the breaker structure, then yeah, that's then possible, but don't really like any of this. What's up there? Obviously, if that breaks, I'll be monitoring for a run of that high and see what happens. What FUGs have we got in there? We've obviously got the 4 hour, haven't we? For me, it's simple. Like, I'll just monitor all the levels, and as soon as we start getting a break structure, then I'll look to get another retest. Like, this is the one for me now. Like, my target was the weekly pivot, if we can, which we've cleared. So there's potential for fucking Sculpting longs. I was tempted to sculpt this, but I was sat in the doctor's, so it would have been on my phone. It was only because I was monitoring this zone here. Obviously it was resistance. Then when we broke it, just a nice back test of it. Yeah. I'm not streaming for long anyway. I'm going to do a New York stream tomorrow on New York Open. I want to try and catch a nice entry. If I can catch one on New York Open, a setup like presents itself whilst we're streaming, that would be nice. But I haven't been around so much. Has anyone got any questions? Jocko, Max, William, meow.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I think it's like the trend is up, like locally. So yeah, there's no need to be rushing shorts. Like, as you can see, even here, like when we're breaking down, no questions, sir. Just dump it. I know, dumping it from here would be nice. It'd be a nice level to reject from, considering obviously we cleared them pivots now, so we could come down. I'd like that. I've been wanting that like since yesterday. I said it's just a shame that the pivots weren't a little bit higher, but they're within this little 1 hour order block, which isn't amazing, but anything like this starts to form, I'd probably get in on it. But if we don't start breaking these, if we don't break this level, I'd rather see this, yeah, like come below. That would probably be nicer. Yeah, I would probably look for a short. Obviously, I'd see what structure we left on the way down. Do we drop and just leave a fair value gap? Do we like consolidate, leave an order block, then drop and leave a fair value gap? I'd obviously monitor, see what happens, see what's left behind within the drop, and that'll obviously tell me where I'm looking to enter. But yeah, I'd rather we didn't go any higher. Definitely not. Even on the 1 hour, look, it's new high, high low, high high, high low, high high, high low, high high. Well, let's see what here. Do we put in our first lower low? If we do, then I'd probably start getting interested, because obviously that's a 1 hour lowers. Let me just get rid of that. Get rid of that as well, not needed. But yeah, it's obviously a 1 hour swing low. If we can start breaking that, then I'd maybe become interested on a retest. What's Jocko gonna say? Jock, change your character. Alright. Jocko, get a mic for fuck's sake. Right. So a chock would be your... Right, let me find it. So you got your low, and that would be your higher high. If we put in a lower low, that would obviously be your... When we take this low, that's the first change of character. That would be classed as a change of character, yeah? That's our first sign that we've put in a lower low. That's why looking for entries purely based on chock is risky. You did want to see a breaker structure as well. Listen, I don't really care about all that, yeah, right? Do you know what I care about? Do we break structure? Do we break a key? If we're going up and I'm looking for a reversal to the downside, do we break a key low? and put in a lower low. And then on the retest, we put in a higher low. And then if we obviously continue the trend and start trending down, then yeah, that'd be a much better entry. Like, don't get too worried about about terms. Honestly, mate, like, yeah, obviously it's just change of character. So yeah, if you're going higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, mate. Honestly, right, it doesn't. It's not the end of the world what you're naming shit. For me, like, I care more about with Bitcoin. I care more about 15-minute swing lows. So for me, this level here, the 20832, if we can start breaking that, then any retest of this, any retracement back up here, then obviously I'd start to take interest and look for shorts. But I'd want an impulsive move to the downside, showing that they're offering me, yeah, that they want lower prices. I wouldn't just want to be grinding down. That wouldn't be too convincing. But if we can start impulsing to the downside, breaking key lows, and you know what structure points to monitor. I've seen your chart, so you know what you're talking about, mate. I wouldn't get too confused. I wouldn't let it worry you, mate. You know where your boss levels are. And you just need to monitor the key structural points. Don't try to get too bogged down on like for me it's 15-minute market structure when I'm looking to sculpt. On Forex, I care more about for the 5-minute structure. Yeah, only because Forex is. I just think you can get away with looking for like M5, M1 trades, whereas M5, M1s on crypto aren't as reliable, I'd say, purely because the way crypto moves. Whereas especially if you've hit a higher term time frame point of interest, and then you get a 15-minute breaker structure and start breaking to the downside with displacement, I'd want to see some imbalances left. If we can get that, then yeah, I'm happy, because you've got a lot of targets to the downside. You can refine it and go 5 minutes if you really want, but whilst we're trending up locally, I'd rather stick to a 15-minute break, and then I'd have more confidence in my shorts. Even though like we have hit like the weekly pivots, so in theory we could go down from here. This could be a nice level to reject, and we have we've took out the 5-minute low. I just don't like the fact that when we've retested the order block and we've come to the next, rather than actually break down, like get some candle closes down here, we literally just wicked it. And okay, we're coming back to the fair value gap, but yeah, if we could start actually breaking down, then I could potentially look for a scope. But yeah, I wouldn't get too worried, Jocko, about terms. Like the most important one for me is breaking structure after a sweep of liquidity. So yeah, see. I'll have to get Future to come on and explain it to you. He knows all the terms. He loves them all. I'd call him like term master. I honestly couldn't care. I want sweep and boss, and I'm in. Especially at a HTF point of interest. Yeah, give me sweep and boss at that level, and I'm in. Obviously, I'm streaming now, but I want this broken. If we can start breaking these levels, yeah, then 15 M15. Okay, so we've got our low, which gives us our high. Come down. Does it break? Nope. It holds. No reason to short. Obviously, there's scalps to be had. If you're coming off lower term time frame, you could have probably scalped this and got the breakdown and got the BART, same as we BARTed here. I did short one of these yesterday. But looking for like an actual reversal, yeah, we're not really. This didn't break, it held. It's high, higher low. Again, nothing has really. This didn't break any of these lows, didn't break this low, and just led to another high. Are we just gonna bounce here at the fair value gap and put in another high potentially? That's why, like I say, there's no rush to short down here at all. Yeah, there's scopes to be had, but yeah, there's looking for like a full reversal yet. Like, until we start breaking this level, then I'd be a little bit happy about looking for shorts and targeting lower prices. It's not the time of day that I'm going to trade anyway. Like, I will take no trade now because, like I say, it's 6:30. I'm going to bed in an hour. But I had doctors, so I thought I'd just jump on and let you know my thoughts. And then obviously we'll do a New York stream tomorrow. Hopefully London's gave us something. I'd do London streams, but I'd be useless because I'd just want to sit there just silent because I've just woke. It's 7 a.m. or so. But I'll give you a New York stream tomorrow, and hopefully like we're over higher and we've took out some highs. Like that. If you can reach up here, midweek reversal, that would be nice. Yeah, midweek reversal, but obviously Tuesday reversal would also be nice. Now that the pivots are tagged, I don't want the monthly. Yeah, I don't want the monthly. But no worries, Jocko, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna go tomorrow. New York. I'm gonna schedule it now. If we've had a break of structure by then, we'll see. No problem, mate. We'll see what happens. Like, I certainly wouldn't be rushing into thinking that we're gonna reverse. Yeah, there's no rush. This is the level I want. Give me that, and dependent on how we break that level, yeah, then maybe we can start talking about we could reverse because yeah, no, I know. For me personally, until this is broken though, because obviously this is the low that led to the high. I know there's this, but is there a swing low there? Really? I don't think so. I don't think any of them candles are a 15-minute swing low. Obviously that hasn't been broken, it was wicked, so that's not really a break to me. That's more that's just a grab. If we can start breaking and closing candles right inside of here, yeah, if we can start breaking down, then obviously yeah, that would change things. But for now, if you can see, like, that's not really. I don't like that. Like, that's not enough for me to get excited. Neither of these are swing lows, so yeah, none of them are. I don't like any of them lows. But obviously, yeah, if we start breaking and closing down here, give me some power to the downside, like this. Give me a nice move to the downside, and yeah, then obviously that would change my opinion. But that, as it stands, isn't anything for me to get excited about. If this now tanks and we start closing down here, leaving imbalances, then obviously this would become an order block, and then yeah, maybe I'd be interested if we started coming back in like an hour or so. But actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to bed. Right, thank you. I haven't recorded this. It is what it is. Like I say, it's not really like a market update. It's just a quick chat. And then tomorrow we'll do a proper. I'll schedule it now. We'll do a proper stream. Watch it. I'll come off stream and it'll just start absolutely tanking. I'll be like, oh, cheers. But yeah, like I say, weekly pivots clear. Signals only for worthy ones. The only pivot we didn't clear, I think, was the CME weekly pivot, but we come within like $40 of it, so I call that tagged. Yeah, we got key levels. Yeah, we're above previous day high, aren't we? Previous day, what's our current day's low going to be? This in it. That's going to be PD low tomorrow. But yeah, I'm half expecting an inside week. I wouldn't be surprised if we ran up to a previous week premium, got a rejection, come back down, the low held as well and just stay contained. Like I say, let me just hide all that shit. Okay. But yeah, that, like you can see, when we had a decent move that week after was held as an inside week. I wouldn't be surprised if we held both, and then obviously with this being an SWS, we could come for this next week. Obviously it's only Tuesday, so we'll see what happens, but worth monitoring. Previous week highs at like 26,857, so that's a fair way up. So yeah, it is quite possible we we can range here for a week. Yeah, that's quite a nice. What percent is that? Okay. I wouldn't be too bothered if we remain contained, ran up to a previous week premium, rejected, come back down to a discount, and then obviously go run the SWS low out. So obviously that will get cleaned at some point. I hope anyway. Yeah. Alright, that's me done. We'll look at some Ethereum, DXY, and some altcoins as well tomorrow. But this would be so nice if that was the top. Weekly pivots, all purged. Yeah. Right. Anyone got any questions before I go? BMEL, I know, like, we are starting to, like, that high. Yeah, it's not bad. If we could start breaking down, then yeah, I'd like that. Especially if we can run out this low. Start grind, and then dump below it. Leave something to retest. Yeah, order block. Anything like that, fair value gap. And then obviously it gives the potential of shorts on the retest. Yeah, but I'm going to go to bed anyway, I'm tired. Doctor's killing me. I feel like a pinboard today. But yeah, oh there you go. And see, that's a little bit better. If we can start, yeah, that's better. As long as we don't just come down, fill the fair value gap, or tap this little crappy order block thing and bounce to a new high. Yeah, give us some nice displacement to the downside, break some key lows. Because obviously this is the key one for me on the 15-minute. It was the higher low that led to the higher high. So yeah, start breaking that, and I'll have interest. Nice. that was obviously, if you wanted to go off M5, that was a short potential. But there's been so many M5 fake coats that, yeah, and obviously I was in the doctors, so. But anyone that nailed that, well done, nice one. Because we did have, obviously, fair value gap left. Broke the 5-minute low, filled the imbalance into the little order block. That was the only thing I didn't like, was that little wick. If this action had occurred here, that would have been nicer. But yeah, obviously now we are breaking down. So as long as it's not just fill the imbalance and run to new high, yeah, I'll be monitoring for retests, try and get in on short, target previous week low. Right. Catch you in the morning. Good night.